Is there
I
any
recall what I
I
said.
can have the court reporter read back to you.
I know what I said. I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
Why the two orders?
No rules.
Well, if there ain't gonna be any rules, let's get the fight started. Someone count 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome back to Hollywood Secrets, the place where we uncover the juiciest stories, scandals, and hidden truths from Tinseltown's biggest stars. Today, we're diving into one of Hollywood's most polarizing figures, Tom Cruise. Over the years, several celebrities have tried to warn us about Cruise, whether it's his deep involvement with Scientology, intense behavior on set, or actions that have left fellow stars uneasy. In today's video, we're counting down the top 10 celebs who tried to warn us about Tom Cruise. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss an insider Hollywood scoop. Let's get started. Leah Remini. First on our list is the one and only Leah Remini. After leaving Scientology in a very public and dramatic fashion, Remini became a whistleblower against the organization, calling out its troubling practices. And who's at the top of that list of criticisms? None other than Tom Cruise. Remini has consistently tried to warn us that Cruise's public persona doesn't match who he really is. She's alleged that Cruise is deeply complicit in Scientology's harmful actions, going so far as to say that the church considers him almost a deity. Remini claims that Cruise is far more involved in Scientology's operations than the public realizes. If you've ever wondered about the connection between Cruise and the controversial church, Leah's outspoken criticism is hard to ignore. Nicole Kidman. Next up, we have Nicole Kidman. Cruise's second wife has been pretty tight-lipped about their marriage, but the hints are enough to raise eyebrows. Married for 11 years, Kidman reportedly became increasingly uncomfortable with Cruise's deepening devotion to Scientology, and many believe this was a major factor in their divorce. While she's never openly bashed Cruise, her comments about protecting their children from the church, and the fact that she has no ties to Scientology after their split, say a lot. Kidman's subtle warnings come through in interviews where she talks about how difficult it was to get through that chapter of her life. Katie Holmes. If Kidman's silence spoke volumes, then Katie Holmes's escape from her marriage to Tom Cruise was deafening. In 2012, Holmes made headlines when she abruptly filed for divorce from Cruise. The speed and secrecy of her exit, along with her extreme measures to gain sole custody of their daughter Suri, left many wondering what she was running from. Rumors quickly spread that she was trying to protect Suri from being indoctrinated into Scientology. Holmes has been mostly quiet since the split, but insiders claim she was terrified of the influence the church, and Cruise, had over her life. The fact that she's distanced herself completely from Cruise and Scientology since the divorce speaks volumes about her experience. Paul Haggis. The Oscar-winning screenwriter and director of Crash and $1 Million Baby, Paul Haggis, once counted himself as a member of Scientology, but that all changed when he left the church in 2009. Since then, Haggis has become one of the loudest critics of both Scientology and Tom Cruise, warning the public that Cruise's charm and charisma are part of a larger manipulation by the church. Haggis claims that Cruise is fully aware of what's happening behind the scenes in Scientology and that he's been used as a poster boy to legitimize its practices. His warnings pull back the curtain on just how deep Cruise's relationship with the church really is. Brad Pitt. While Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise starred together in Interview with the Vampire, it wasn't exactly smooth sailing. According to reports, Pitt found Cruise's competitiveness and intense energy on set difficult to handle. Though Pitt has never directly warned the public about Cruise, his actions speak louder than words. He's distanced himself from Cruise ever since, and their rumored friction on set suggests Pitt may have seen a side of Cruise that the rest of us rarely see. Sometimes, the tension between Hollywood's biggest stars tells us more than any direct warning ever could. Mark Wahlberg. During a Q&A session, Mark Wahlberg made headlines when he appeared to throw some serious shade at Tom Cruise. Cruise had reportedly compared his work in Mission Impossible to the physical and emotional challenges of fighting in Afghanistan. Wahlberg, who has played many military roles himself, didn't take kindly to the comparison, snapping back that real soldiers deserve respect. While Wahlberg's warning wasn't about Cruise's personal life, it did shed light on a perceived disconnect between Cruise and reality, specifically how he views the risks he takes on set versus the real world. Tandy Newton. Tandy Newton's experience working with Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible 2 wasn't a pleasant one. In a candid interview, Newton described Cruise as intense and terrifying, revealing that she felt extremely uncomfortable working alongside him. Newton said that Cruise's need for control and perfectionism made her anxious, and she dreaded working with him each day. Newton's experience serves as a warning about Cruise's on-set behavior and how challenging it can be for co-stars to deal with his high-pressure demands. Cher. Believe it or not, Cher and Tom Cruise briefly dated back in the 1980s. While their relationship didn't last long, Cher later suggested that Cruise's early involvement in Scientology was a factor in their split. She hasn't been overly critical of Cruise in public, but her comments about him reveal an unease with how quickly he became devoted to the church. Cher's reluctance to speak negatively about him could be seen as a subtle warning that there's more to Cruise's personal life than meets the eye. Mimi Rogers. As Tom Cruise's first wife, Mimi Rogers played a pivotal role in introducing him to Scientology. After their divorce, however, Rogers distanced herself from the church and made cryptic comments about Cruise's life choices. While she's never given a full exposé, her subtle warnings about their marriage and Cruise's growing obsession with Scientology left the public curious. Rogers has hinted in interviews that there were things about their relationship and his involvement with the church that she wouldn't go into, adding an air of mystery to her departure from both Cruise and the organization. Brook Shields. The public feud between Brook Shields and Tom Cruise in 2005 brought Cruise's controversial beliefs into the spotlight. After Shields opened up about using antidepressants to combat postpartum depression, Cruise harshly criticized her for relying on medication, promoting Scientology's anti-psychiatry stance. Shields fired back, calling Cruise's remarks irresponsible and dangerous. Her warning wasn't just about Tom Cruise as an individual but about the potential harm his advocacy of Scientology's views on mental health could cause. Shields' public stand against Cruise reminded us that not everything Cruise believes is as mainstream as his movies. And there you have it, 10 celebrities who tried to warn us about Tom Cruise. Whether it's his deep ties to Scientology, his intense on-set behavior, or his controversial views, it seems there's more to the Hollywood icon than meets the eye. What do you think? Are these celebrities justified in their warnings, or is Tom Cruise just misunderstood? Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Hollywood Secrets, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the latest scandals and untold Hollywood stories. What are your thoughts on Tom Cruise? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.